A new class of racing yacht is taking the sailing world by storm. The Mini Maxi. Measuring between 60 and 79 feet, they are at the cutting edge of technology. Strong but light, fast planing design, a thrill ride from start to finish. Mini Maxis have been honing in on the world's top overall handicap honors, like Ran in the 2009 Fastnet, Allegre in the 2009 Middle Sea, and Shockwave in the 2010 Giralia. The world's best are now in Porto Cervo to compete in the inaugural Mini Maxi Rolex World Championship, part of the Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup. The competition is on. Found on the Italian island of Sardinia, the exclusive resort of Porto Cervo is synonymous with the rich and famous, with style and beauty. Such a lifestyle is encapsulated within the walls of the yacht club, Costa Smeralda. The YCCS has played host to the Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup for 25 years. A fleet of 49, from minis to super maxis, from classic to modern, have come to test their skills against dramatic mountain backdrops, crystal blue waters, and favorable winds. It's arguably the best and most picturesque sailing canvas in the world.
The one thing which I have noticed this week is just what a gathering of the clans it is. It's up there with Sydney Harbour, San Francisco, and of course the Solent in terms of being one of the world's top sailing venues. And it's one of the few times of the year when literally all the professional sailors from every corner of the globe kind of get together.
For most of the sailors, it's the most spectacular and the most important event of the year. Lifestyle, sailing, sunshine, everything.
Well, just look around. Isn't it just fantastic? We have nice breeze, good race committee, and fantastic facilities over here. So, yeah, a better spot in Europe you can't have.
Besides the Mistral, it kicks in every once in a while, but that gives us a couple of days on the beach. I don't gripe about that too much, but just a beautiful place to come, and the food and the people are beautiful.
The countdown to race time begins. Day one for the Mini Maxis starts with the first of two windward leeward races. In the last few years, the Mini Maxi class has grown both in size and technological advancement. The benefits of ownership over a full-on Maxi are clear.
The cost of running a Maxi has gotten so exorbitant that the Mini Maxis are a more exciting, more affordable, if that's the right word, boat to race against guys that are very good at a world level. If you take a boat up to 100 feet, it probably is 3 times more expensive than building a 72-foot Mini Maxi, and the cost of the program is at least 3 times more because everything has to be custom made.
There's plenty of competition at the start of a new era, in developing these boats at 72 feet and making the fastest boat that is also highly competitive on corrected time. It's definitely competitive, for sure. It is a tough business, and the clients, the owners, are demanding. They're buying these boats, they want to win, so they've got a lot invested in it, but that's the nature of the business.
The amount of money varies widely from boats like Ram, which basically have a sort of mini America's Cup program, going on in terms of the sail development and the amount of work which gets done to the boat. And there are several other boats which they're perfectly prepared to hack their boats about a bit every winter and spend a lot of money on them.
E un po' la differenza con i Maxi degli anni 80-90 è che oggi si possono ottenere le stesse prestazioni, se non prestazioni superiori, con barche un po' più piccole, per cui più divertenti da veleggiare anche su percorsi corti, e le barche fanno più o meno la stessa velocità di bolina dei Maxi degli anni 90, che erano però 80 piedi di lunghezza, e in poppa raggiungono velocità in eccesso di 20-22 nodi, per cui velocità veramente strabilianti per questo tipo di barca.
You're always developing, always. You have to always develop. You certainly can't sit back, even when you're on the very leading edge. You got to keep moving forward.
Allegre, one of the first of the new breed of mini-maxis to be built, outwits her more modern rivals to win both races on corrected time. In Porto Cervo, you work hard, you play hard. A warm welcome always awaits crews at the YCCS. But come daylight the next morning, the same crews are hitting the road. Pro sailors today have to be as fit and as finely tuned as the yachts they race on. Day 2. With winds reaching 20 knots for a second straight day, it's no wonder Porto Cervo beckons the world's best, time and time again. Welcome on board Shockwave and life on a powered-up Mini Maxi.
It's great sailing on a boat like Shockwave. We've got some of the best sailors in the world.
Everyone has their defined roles, and you have your trimmers and your drivers and strategy.
Got a great team and always very competitive,
Everyone's pretty fired up and ready to race all the time.
We always seem to be at the pointy end, so it's a lot of fun.
Exhilaration, competitiveness and professionalism. That's the way I see sailing on that boat.
We've got a good fleet of boats around us, so the racing's quite close and competitive.
It's pretty exciting to race in these sort of boats and such a good competition.
It's hard work too. We have to hike out a lot on the rail, and that's when you're leaning right out there and doing that all day, it's pretty hard.
I don't really get as much chance to sit back and enjoy the ride as some other guys.
Competitive.
Satisfying.
Loud at times, I guess.
Exhilarating.
Just enjoyable, it's fun.
During the course of the race, we're constantly changing runner tensions, sheet tensions, sheeting positions, just basically optimising for the wind direction and strength and the wave conditions.
The boat is continuously developed in terms of the weight in the various locations.
Nearly in a constant state of stress, hoping that we're performing to 100%.
I think you're always trying to think about what might happen next. You've got a job to do on the boat, everyone's got a job to do, so you're always trying to anticipate what might happen, what the other boats might do and how that might affect you.
If you're around the top mark and around the bottom mark first and you finish first, then that's it's all worth it, and the effort you put in, and you're sore and you're bruised and you're battered and everything hurts, but if you win, then it's all worth it.
Despite Shockwave's best efforts, its arch-rival, Ran, who proves the best on the day with a first and 2 seconds. But it's Allegre who continues to lead overall. Like a big boat show, the Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup offers up a sailing smorgasbord for enthusiasts and potential owners alike. You pay your money, you take your choice. Many an envious gaze has been set on the 143-feet Ranger. a modern J-Class replica of the original Ranger which won the 1937 America's Cup. Many a sailor is keen to be part of the 30-man crew and experience yachting of yesteryear.
The challenge with building Ranger was that nobody had done it, and everybody said basically it couldn't be done. You could not take the old hull design and put modern conveniences in it and build it. I just was challenged to see if I could do it. It's like being on a bucking bull and not knowing which direction you're going to go or whether you're going to fall off. Or it's quite exhilarating. When we have lots of wind, it's a rush.
So I don't do bow by myself. We got 6 guys up in the front of the bus. It basically, when the kites are dry, it takes 6 to get them forward. And it's a lot of work, man. And I'm getting old, so it's not getting any easier, that's for sure. Go Halyard! The J-boat's banging around pretty good, you know, 10.5 knots upwind, and they peter out around 17 downwind in a big blow. But yeah, just the loads on the boats are immense with the 200 tons, and it's more of a safety factor when the wind gets up. So just keeping the boat together and keeping everybody safe is what we try and do every day.
At the end of day 2, Ranger leads the Super Maxi J-Class. At the other end of the scale is the brand new 80 feet Singularity. Designed as a racer cruiser, the line is a fine one between the best of both worlds. All-out speed and full-on luxury.
I think it's quite a new concept. The owner wanted to have a very fast cruising boat with a beautiful interior. When you don't have a full-on racing yacht, you always make compromises. So it's not the full-blown out racing yacht. We have a furling head so we can put up, and so it's just an easy sailed boat with all the luxuries you want.
Okay, stronger, stronger, stronger.
We're probably one of the smallest boats in the fleet, but just the elapsed times are really, really quick. And this is what owners want. They want to go fast, cruising, and sometimes go racing.
Singularity lies third in the Maxi Racing Cruising division, behind Highland Fling. Few places are so linked to sailing as Porto Cervo. Local writer and artist Valeria Serra has taken this affinity with the sport to create a series of model yachts. Finding driftwood along the shoreline, she crafts works of art which are exhibited around the world.
Quando ero piccola non avevo una barca e sognavo di averne una. Poi ne ho avuta una vera quando sono stata più grande e adesso quando cammino sulla spiaggia d'inverno, d'estate, trovo dei legni che somigliano a delle barche. E 10 anni fa ne ho trovato uno che aveva proprio una forma perfetta. E da allora ho cercato sempre legni che somigliassero a delle barche. E così è nata una flotta. Le regate Porto Cervo, che si fanno soprattutto a giugno e a settembre perché la stagione è più bella, mi ispirano molto l'invenzione di nuove barche, perché ci sono barche molto differenti e l'essere diverse mi dà legittimazione a inventare dei nuovi modelli. E poi la luce che riflette sulle vele a quest'ora è un po' la stessa che ritrovo nelle mie barche. Quando le metto sulla riva sembrano quelle vere quasi.
Day 3. The Mini Maxis join the remaining fleet for the first of their 2 coastal races through La Maddalena archipelago. After a brief abandonment, 40 knots of wind are found down the course. The race is most certainly back on. In the Mini Maxi class, Ran and Titan in red, skippered this week by Bill Koch, who won the America's Cup in 1992, battle it out at the front. But Hap Falf, who plans to build a brand new Mini Maxi early next year, has other ideas on Bellamente. With the help of a fractional Code Zero sail, Bellamente storms off to win on the water and on handicap.
I think the moral of the story is right sail, right time, and the boat gets up and flies. And we were gone. After the first mark, it was all over. You know, all the pieces came together. The moon and the sun aligned properly, and Bella was gone, so it was really fun. But it is like a jungle, you know. Throw the rocks in, little bomb alley action. It's all you want, you know. If the navigator doesn't have a migraine when he starts, and the tactician, they will when they're finished. So.
After a lay day, benign conditions greet the fleet for a second successive coastal race. It's slow going, but one small advantage gained on the water can make a big difference in the standings. Ran will go on to run aground, potentially putting her out of the championship. Shockwave and Allegre make the most of her rival's demise. The New Zealand yacht wins on the day to keep her World Championship hopes still alive. But Allegre is still out in front and remains favourite for the title. Ran is still second. Also competing in Porto Cervo are over 90 of the world's top Swan yachts in the Rolex Swan Cup. Divided into 5 classes, from the Swan 42s to the Maxis of 60 feet and above, the regatta also hosts the Swan 45 World Championship.
Ma la manifestazione ha uno spirito particolare perché è proprio l'amore per le barche, prima di tutto, il desiderio di regattare non in qualsiasi regata, ma in regate dove c'è omogeneità nella competizione, dove c'è uno spirito di amicizia, gentleman competition, caratterizza queste regate ed è quello che l'ha fatta crescere nel tempo.
Few yacht designs have such a strong heritage as Norta's Swan. Refinement may take priority over racing, but the event still attracts some of the world's top professional sailors.
The Swan Cup here in Porto Cervo is a bit of a historic event in our sport. It has a lot of tradition, and here we have 95 boats this week, which is pretty exceptional in this economy. Swan has gone through a gentle evolution over the years, but always maintained its style and class, and certainly its quality. They're capable of going in the ocean, and at the same time they're capable of racing.
You really need to concentrate hard and keep the boat in the groove. It's quite easy to dribble off and be too low and too fast, and it's very hard to actually keep the boat in a straight line and sailing on your numbers. So whereas a lot of the more modern race boats actually like to get into a groove and relatively easy to sail and stay in that groove, whereas the Swans are pretty difficult to keep the boat rumbling in the light air.
I think the biggest difference probably is that the teams here are not fully professional, so the first big job is to coordinate the crews and make it good crew work so that the cruising mode gets changed into a race mode.
It is fantastic, just the way the islands are laid out around here. The wind bends and funnels between the islands. There's also a big transition zone between 2 sea breezes, and you get this horrible transition zone that keeps it exciting to the very end.
It's just been the rendezvous point for various world championships.
Because it's Porto Cervo.
Swan 90 DSK Pioneer Investment triumphs in the Maxi Class A division. In the 45s, Early Bird holds off the challenge of Charisma to take the Rolex Swan 45 World Championship for the second time in 3 years.
It went really good. It was not our condition today. It was too light for us. We preferred a little stronger. However, I think performance was good. We finally chose the right side of the downwinder, and I think that was the winner today. Cheers.
Captain, good job.
Cheers.
After a hard day's sail, whether partying at the Rolex Swan Cup or at the Maxi Yacht Cup, Porto Cervo never ceases to entertain. The final day at the Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup. 2 windward leeward races to decide the Mini Maxi Rolex World Champion. 1 more coastal course to decide the winners in the other Maxi classes. In a 2-meter swell and unpredictable 15-knot breeze, Ran, whose crew managed to patch up her damaged keel the previous night, gets off to a great start in race 1. She wins by over a minute on corrected time from Bellamente. Significantly, Allegre comes in 4th, and her 4-point lead is now just down to 1 point over Ran. The pressure is on. The final race. Ran and Shockwave both cross the start line early and have to complete penalty turns, leaving Allegre seemingly home and dry, but a massive wind shift forces the race committee to abandon and restart the race. Ran doesn't make the same mistake again. She crosses the line first, and with Allegre coming 4th again, takes the title by the closest of margins.
The 2010 Mini Maxi Rolex World Champion is Ran Nicholas Zenstrom.
The other class winners are Estimate Europa, Y3K, Ranger, Heteros, and Aegir. Once again, Porto Cervo has provided the sternest of tests in the most beautiful of settings. Next time, we get up close and personal with the true classics of the sport at Le Voile de Saint-Tropez.